In this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to identify if your cat is pregnant, how to care for your pregnant cat, and how to help your pregnant cat through birth. Hello and welcome to the Cat Care Cove. I am Suleiman, and together with my cats Bronwyn, Winifred, and Surprise, I give you cat care tips. And like I said in the intro of this video, today we're going to be talking about everything cat pregnancy and cat birth related. And I thought I'd make this video now because my cat Bronwyn is getting spayed soon. I'm getting her spayed very soon because she just had her third litter in 7 months, and honestly, we can't keep going like this. I can't keep having to deal with a new litter of kittens every 2.5 months. Also, I read somewhere that it's not the healthiest thing for cats to keep giving birth, so I'm getting her spayed. She's had enough kittens. So because I've had cat pregnancy, cat birth, and kittens on the brain for the past 1 year, and I won't be having them on the brain as much as I have. So since Bronwyn isn't going to be having any more kittens, and I've had cat pregnancy and cat birth and kittens on the brain for such a long time, I felt this is the best opportunity I'm going to have to do this video, so that's why I'm making this video. But before I start, I want to give you one piece of information that I think you should have, a piece of information that I wish I had had. Cats can get pregnant as young as 4 months old. This was news to me because when I asked my vet about spaying Bronwyn, he suggested that I waited until she was a year old to get her spayed. So in my mind, that meant she couldn't get pregnant before a year. So I was quite surprised when she got pregnant at 7 months old. So if you have a female cat that is 4 months or older that isn't spayed, she can get pregnant. So just prepare yourself for that. So let's get into the video. Here are some ways to know if your cat is pregnant. The first one I would say is if you're suspecting that your cat is pregnant, she probably is. Every time that I have felt like Bronwyn was pregnant, she was. So keep that in mind. The second way is if her belly becomes rounder. Now, this isn't the best method to determine if your cat is pregnant if you have a fatter cat, but for me, this always works because Bronwyn is skinny normally. Like, no matter how much she eats, she doesn't gain weight. Goals, right? But yeah, Bronwyn, no matter how much she eats, she doesn't get fat. So when her stomach starts to round out, I kind of can tell that she is pregnant. The next way to know if your cat is pregnant is if she becomes more affectionate. So in my experience, female cats are not as affectionate as male cats because my male cats, Winifred and Surprise, they like to be near me or on me at all times, but Bronwyn isn't like that. She's usually off in a corner just chilling by herself or under the bed chilling by herself. Wherever she is chilling by herself. She's not usually affectionate, so when she starts getting affectionate, like acting like my male cats, that's usually a strong indicator that she's pregnant for me. The next way to identify if your cat is pregnant is an increased appetite. So if your cat is eating more than she usually does, she's probably pregnant because she needs more energy to grow all those kittens. Another way to determine if your cat is pregnant is if her nipples become more prominent, because when cats are not pregnant and or breastfeeding, their nipples are negligible. But when a cat gets pregnant, her nipples get larger and they start to protrude more. And next is to actually feel your cat's abdomen, like explore her abdomen to see if there are kittens in there. Because if she is pregnant and she's far along enough, you can actually feel the kittens in there if you press. Now, if your cat is anything like my cat, she won't stay in one place for long enough for you to do that. She won't make it easy for you to check in this way. So just be careful. Don't press too hard in trying to keep her in one place, but just press hard enough that you can be able to feel something in there if there is something in there. Now, if you've done all of this, and you're still not sure if your cat is pregnant, then take her to the vet and the vet will give you a definitive answer. So if you figure that your cat is pregnant, taking care of her becomes very easy. All you need to do is make sure that she has more food than usual. Make sure that her bowl is full at all times so that she's well nourished, and also make sure she doesn't go through a lot of stress. Make sure that she has a quiet place to rest and, sleep, because she will be sleeping more, as like I said, she needs a lot of energy to grow these kittens. So just make sure she has a lot of food and a space for herself to rest. So how do you help a laboring cat? So how you know that your cat is in labor? For me, my cat actually screams. Like Bronwyn screams, like wah, when she's in labor. So when her water breaks, she screams. So that lets me know that she is in labor. But I've heard that this isn't the case for every cat. So if there isn't a scream, look out for wet patches or puddles near your cat, because when the water breaks, like it actually does break and you see fluid on the floor near your cat. And also, if your cat is in labor, you will see the uterus contracting from outside, like her abdomen will contract visibly from outside. So that's another way to tell that your cat is in labor. Also, keep in mind that the normal gestation period for a cat is between 1.5 to 2.5, 3 months. So that's how long your cat will stay pregnant. So if it goes longer than that, you should probably visit a vet. Now, when your cat is in labor, all you need to do is find a big enough enclosed space, like a big box or a big bucket. I use a big bucket. I have access to a big bucket, so I get my big bucket and I put a towel in the bottom of the bucket, or you can use old newspapers and then put your cat in there. At this point, her instincts will kick in and she'll know exactly what to do. You won't need to help her. No matter how tempted you are to help her, don't, because the duration of labor can vary. The first time Bronwyn gave birth, the first litter, it lasted just like 2 hours. She labored for like an hour and a half, and then the kittens started coming out one after the other. There were no problems. Once the first one came out, the second one followed, and then the third. But this last time that she gave birth, she labored for 5 hours total. After the first one came out, it took 2.5 hours for the next one to come out, and that one came out breached. It was a whole thing. But even in situations like that, cats know what to do. Don't help them in any way. Don't try and press their abdomen or try and cut the umbilical cord. Your cat will bite it off by herself. So yeah, don't interfere. She knows what she needs to do. And when she's done giving birth, she will deliver the placenta and eat that. It's gross, but it's normal. Don't be freaked out. Once the kittens are born, congratulations to you and the mother, because now you have cute kittens to dote on. Just make sure that you change out the towel or the newspapers at the bottom of the box or bucket, whatever you use, and leave the kittens in there with their mother, and make sure to put them in a place that doesn't have any tight enclosed spaces, because like I said, the cat's instincts are going to kick in, and her motherly instincts are going to be to protect her kittens. Even if she knows you, she loves you, she's familiar with you, she will still try and hide her kittens from you, and you don't want her to go and hide them in a place that is hard to get to, because in that moment all she's thinking about is keeping her kittens safe. She's not thinking about how she's going to get them out later. So you don't want her to go and hide them someplace where neither you nor she can get to them later, because that becomes a problem on its own. So just make sure to keep her in a place that has no tight enclosed spaces. So a spare bedroom that you're not using, or a guest bathroom that rarely gets used, that's the perfect place I have found to keep kittens. And since the kittens are so young, they need to have access to food all the time. So you should make sure that the mother is with the kittens as frequently as possible. If you don't feed her in that room, make sure you feed her wherever you feed her and then return her back to the kittens, or feed her in that room to make things easier for yourself. And also, don't be alarmed when the kittens sleep on top of each other, when they climb on top of each other and just relax like that, because they're just used to being like that in the womb. So they're used to tight spaces and being close to each other. So don't be alarmed when that happens, because even if you try and pull them apart, they will make their way back to each other. So just expect that. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Now you know how to determine if your cat is pregnant and how to help her through pregnancy and birth. I hope you learned something new and that you liked this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Audio Jungle.